Okay, welcome everyone. And well, the idea of today's meeting is to talk about the geek talk. So, well, what I'm going to share with you now is just a guide, not exactly a template, but mostly a guide that shows you what things you should include in your presentation. Okay, so for presenting your final project, you have to create a presentation. It should last up to 12 minutes, not more than that. That's like the maximum amount. Then you will have a space for Q&As, but your presentation shouldn't last more than 12 minutes. Um, about the Geek Talk. First, we will have a rehearsal on Wednesday next week. I will share a link with you to join it, and you will be rehearsing as if you were on the Geek Talk. The idea is to get practice, and you will present to me or to Elisa. It depends on who's available, who's joining that day. And we're going to give you feedback, like mostly about your presentation, not about your project, because it's supposed that you have it ready by that moment. You will have it ready by that moment. So that won't be a problem. The thing is that we need to see your presentation, and we are going to give you feedback, okay, based on these guidelines. Sorry. Now about the Geek Talk, I will share another link to join on Friday. It's next Friday, right? Next week's Friday. You can invite friends, family, whoever you want to invite. You can just share the link with them. So you can show them what you have been working on during all this time. So it's a good opportunity to do it that way. Well, you're going to be presenting with a data science cohort and a cybersecurity student, so it will be very interesting. You will be able to see how a cybersecurity project looks like and how a data science project looks like. So it will be very interesting, and for them the same. Like they're going to see other programs projects too. So well, let's go with the presentation. So well, the first slide should be like with a title. You can put the logo of your project here. If you haven't built it yet, please do something. It can be simple, but it can be just like text, but at least have a logo. You don't need to keep the 4Geeks logo here. Again, it's just an example. If you want to keep it, it's okay. If you want to take it out, it's okay too. The title of your project, the member of the project's names here too. The table of contents, that's optional. If you want to include it, great. If not, it's okay. It's up to you if it's useful as a guide for you. Then it's always good to do an icebreaker, like engaging the audience with a funny moment about your experience, either at the final project or where you were practicing at home or whenever, like when you're working, when you were meeting and working together out of class time. That's up to you. But well, it's a good way of doing an icebreaker. This is just a comment. Like when you see this on the top, like these headers, you should not keep them. Like when you are creating your presentation, this must not be there, because this is just comments for you to explain what each slide is about. So that's the only purpose it has. You must not keep it. Then you will talk about, we will give the introduction to your application. We will talk about what you build and why you build it, which problem did you want to solve with your project, like why you decided to do it, and of course, what you build. And this applies to all of the slides. Limit the text. Like, there's nothing less engaging in a presentation that a lot of text, like here. This is not the best example, because this is, again, it's just a guide. So the idea is that you don't have too much text. Use more images, logos, for example, when you're talking about the technologies that you use, it's better to include the logos of those technologies rather than just putting the names. You can use memes, you can use I don't remember the name, but well, whatever is more visual or graphics, whatever you want to use, but try to avoid using plain text. Okay. Take the time to explain what your project is about. Let everyone know why you decided to develop this project and how it can be impactful. Then you can continue talking about it, like some important facts. If you did some research, you can talk about data that you got from there and that led you to create your project. Again, just guide text. It's just to guide you, do not include it. Then comes the technologies used part. How was it built? So you can put the HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, React, Python, Flask, SQL Alchemy, all the things that you use, including the API or the APIs that you used for your project, the third-party APIs. After that, you will do the live demo. You will stop presenting this presentation, these slides, and you will start showing your project. So you need to make sure you have it running at that moment. Make sure that you have the backend and the front end running properly on Codespaces, or if you have it deployed on Render, it will be easier for you. But if you don't get to do it, it's okay. Just make sure you have it running on your Codespaces. So you're going to show your website. And remember to show, if you build it to be responsive, make sure you show it. Like, try to show everything that you did. And focus mostly on the core functionalities, what makes your project be what it is. And of course, also you should show like the login, the sign up, password recovery, everything. Everything should be shown here. So then, well, after the demo, you will come back to the presentation, to the slides, and you will talk about the challenges. What was the hardest part to develop? Main challenges faced when developing the project. It's like the idea of this slide is to talk about those challenges and how you solved it, how you managed to go through those challenges and be successful. And to finish it, to end the presentation, it's always good to give thanks to whoever you want to thank for. It can be to your instructors, mentors, TAs, family, friends, whoever you want to thank for. It's a good way of ending the presentation. So, well, do you have any questions about this?
I have one. All of the group of all of the integrants of the group has to speak, or only one? We have to choose one to speak.
That's a great question, Jacqueline. Thank you. Now, the idea is that all of you can speak at least a little bit. Like, try to split it into, if you are three parts. If you're four parts.
Okay.
But only one person should be presenting. It's not the idea that the one that's speaking starts presenting, then stops presenting, and the next one starts, because it's kind of messy. So it's just one person presents, and you have to practice it, of course, to get organized and synchronized to do everything well.
Okay.
But that was a great question. Thank you. Yes, Brandon?
Yep. So, who you may have said this in the beginning, but who are we presenting to again? Is it just you guys or other people?
On the Gate Talk? Yeah. First, we will have a guest. It's someone from Microsoft, and well, he will be there. Like here, he probably won't stay for the whole time, because he's a very busy person in general, so it's not easy for him to stay the whole time. But you're going to present to the rest of your teammates, to other students from other cohorts, to other instructors from other cohorts, to me, maybe Elisa too, and family and friends, whoever you want to invite. And the plan is to upload the presentation on YouTube, so you can share that if you want, and say, okay, in this time lapse, you can find our presentation. If you're going, for example, when you're applying to a job, that's very useful.
Okay, and it will be recorded too, like this, like our calls. Okay, cool.
Yes. It will be uploaded on YouTube.
Got it.
Thanks for your question, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
I was gonna say, I guess also too, like I assume you guys would probably ask like follow-up questions. Like, is there Q&A at the end of it to where we should expect people to ask us questions about the code or things like that?
No. In general, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
It might happen that, for example, one of the data science students might be curious about how you solved a particular thing, and they can ask you, or the instructor. And the same from you, you can ask them. The idea is that if it's an interchange moment. It's not that we are not going to evaluate you at that moment. Like, if you got to this point, if you got to build the project, you're not going to fail because you failed on the presentation, because there's no way you will fail on it. That's what I want to make clear. So you're more relaxed that day, because I want you to be relaxed. I don't want you to be stressed, because it's a moment to show what you have built. It's a joy time, and not to be stressed and suffering. No, that's not the purpose of the presentation. It's to show what you build, and that's something that will be useful for when you go out there and get a job, try to find a job, because you can show that. Also, you can show your like I don't know how to say, like your speaking skills, like how to your speech. Yes, exactly. So that's useful for that.
And then also, usually, is there like a some type of attire that's wanted? Like, should it be like pure, like, business, or does it matter? Because I'm sure like we would all be cameras on, right?
No, the idea is that all of you have your cameras on. Good question, Brandon. Usually we talk about it on the rehearsal, but yeah, on the rehearsal it's not necessary. But on the gig talk, and just there's not like an etiquette, like you have to be dressed in a particular way. No, just try to not use your pajamas. With that,
okay.
But
Thanks.
from you can have your pajamas pants. It's okay.
On the bottom. Okay, thanks.
Let's see you, Brandon, again. Any other questions? No? Okay. I have already shared the link to these slides on your cohorts channel, so you can check it and have it as a reference. But again, try to create and use, you can use slides from Google, PowerPoint, Canva. There are a lot of tools that are useful for this. So try to make it like, I recommend you to use the same color palette that you used for your application. So it's like, has that synchronicity, to say it some way. So it reflects the identity of your product. That's
and another question too, for the rehearsal, you mentioned, you're not expecting like a complete presentation yet, right? Like fully completed, or
yeah, if you have it ready, 100% ready, that would be great. If not, it's okay. What you got up to that moment, we're going to give you the feedback.
Got you. And are we able to capitalize on like the mentorship as well when it comes to like looking at the slides and how it's presented? Like, is that a good way to leverage mentorship as well, the one-on-ones, or no?
Sorry, I think I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so you know how we have the one-on-ones that we could schedule for mentors? Like, is it a good idea to schedule that too, so that they could look at our slides? Is that a good way to use that
Oh,
time with
no, it's
them?
not necessary. No, it's not necessary. No,
Okay,
again,
okay.
just make sure that you follow these guidelines. Like, try to use the less text you can.
Mhm.
Use images. Make it not really colorful, like just to try to use the same color palette that you use for your application, and include the content that is shown here, like basically
Mhm.
that, and make sure that you are up to 12 minutes and not more than that, because if that happens, of course we're going to tell you that, hey, you need to shorten your presentation. So, but again, if
Okay,
there's something that should be changed or improved, we're going to tell you, no worries. That's the purpose of that meeting, to see if there's something that can be improved. We are going to tell you.
got you. Okay.
Okay. Do you have more questions? Anybody else? You, Brandon? Any other question that you might have? Go ahead.
No, not at the moment. No. I mean,
Okay, so well, if anybody has any other questions after this meeting, you can reach out to me, and ask me. I will let you know. What I have to check is, give me one sec, if all of you have submitted your projects at projects.com, because that's something that is required. If somebody hasn't done it, I'm going to tell you right now.
I
So we
have
make
missed
sure.
one.
that's me too. Yeah, I haven't finished.
Sorry.
I have
No,
missing one.
yeah, I have missing ones too, missing projects. I
Me
think
as
that's
well.
others.
I'm talking about the final project. You see, when you get into
Oh,
the platform and it pops up something that says final project
oh,
and
okay.
asks you to submit it, that's what I need you all to submit. And
Got
about the
you.
other
Okay.
projects, no worries. You will have time to submit them once you finish the once
But
you have the.
in that pop out, we have to submit it when we has already done the
No,
project.
no. It's not necessary.
So what we have to put that the URL.
Today you have to
But-
put the URL of the repository,
Okay.
and take a screenshot if you have. If not, you can do it when you have it ready. You can update the information on the
Oh.
once you do it on the right part of the platform. When you get into the dashboard of the cohort, it will tell you, it will show you that you can update that information.
Okay.
Okay, but make sure to submit it today. So we are done with that. I need that for the presentation. If not, it will be a problem. So make sure that when you submit it, put the name of all your team members. Because, for example, let's say I'm in a team with Alex and Jacqueline, and I submit the project for. I'm the first person who submit the project, and if I don't put any of you, if I just put Jacqueline and I don't put Alexander, when he tries to upload it, it won't allow him to do it. So I will have to edit it and add him. So the way that you have to avoid it and have to do it again, just make sure that you put all your team members when you submit it. Okay?
Okay. So everybody have to everybody has the pop up there in the page, and everybody has to do the same in the
Exactly.
members. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's correct. I see that nobody submitted yet. So, well, no worries. It's okay.
I thought
You have
that we have to wait until it's done.
no, it's not necessary. What you can do is, when you have it ready, you to put the screenshot. You can take a, or if you have the logo, you can just put the logo there.
Okay.
And well, when it's not necessary to have it finished to submit it.
Great.
Okay, perfect. So, well, I will see you on Wednesday. a great afternoon and or evening.
All right.
Depends on where you are.
Okay.
See you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, great. We got a survey we got to do. So I'm going to pin it there. So everyone go ahead and do that survey. And hey, Drew.
Hey, what's going on?
So you can stop the recording, Thomas? Is it being recorded right now?
All right, gotcha.
So yeah, we can all do the survey in the chat. And then once we do that,